Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. Today I'm going to use a little template that I found on Pinterest. Unfortunately there were no sizes and there wasn't a name, so it wasn't watermarked, so I can't attribute it to anybody. And because there wasn't any sizes, I've sort of made it up a little bit myself. But I think it's a really cute template to show off some of our designer series paper and to use little scraps. And for the last couple of weeks, I've been trying to use like 1/2-inch scraps, 2-inch scraps, all sorts of little bits and pieces. So I thought this one just fitted perfectly. I'm actually going to turn it landscape for this card, but you could use it either way. And I'm also going to use my Elegantly Said set. Let me just show you that in the catalogue. Let me just show you because it's already on my desk. I was designing for something else and so it was already on my desk and I thought, well, I would use that. So it's this suite, the Simply Elegant suite. I'm using the stamps, the punch, the paper and the gold twine as well. So I love this stamp. This is my favourite stamp in the whole of the set. And I just think it's so elegant. And I know that's the name of the set, but it really is. It's sort of a classic looking pattern. So I'm starting off with my base card, and it's just a simple piece of basic white cut in half and then folded down the middle. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way instead. There we go. Okay. Now I've got my stamp all ready and I'm going to do the inside first. So I've got this big beautiful stamp and I'm using my basic grey because a lot of the colours in the designer series paper is the grey. So I thought this would go really nicely. And I'm going to do my envelope. Let's do my envelope first because it's just next to me. I think I need to re-ink this pad up. It looks like it's getting a bit light. So just hold it for an extra couple of seconds just to make sure that the ink's there. Oh yeah, it is getting a little bit light though. So I do need to ink it up just to put the refill. Just a few drops on would make it look perfect again. Okay, now I'm just going to pop this in here. And again, I'll just hold it on for an extra second or two just so that I know the ink's transferring. There we are, nice. Okay, I don't need that again, so I'm just going to move that out of the way. Okay, and if you check my blog later, all the sizes for the little pieces of designer series paper and everything, they'll all be on there. Okay. Right, so let's concentrate on doing the front. I'll move this out of the way, let it dry. And we need to do this piece here. And instead of being on just the cardstock, I'm going to do it on some of the gold paper. Okay, that one piece wouldn't be big enough, but let's see this one. This one, oh, I have already cut to the right size. And this is 3 1/8 by 4 5/8. So that's going to be here. And as you know, we're going to turn it landscape. So my first piece of paper that I'm going to cut is this one. And this little piece, I believe, is a 1 1/4 by 2 3/4, but I'm just going to check. So 1 1/4 by 2 3/4, yeah. So I've got little strips of the paper. They aren't cut ready or anything. I'm not quite sure which way I'm going to have the design going. So let me just see what I like. Actually, I might just do like this. Yeah, that would work. What's on the back of that one? No, I'm going to go with this. Okay, so let's cut. It will be this piece that goes here. So let's cut this one first. And I'm going to need that at 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. Get my trimmer. And I'll cut the length first. So 2 3/4. You don't really need very much paper at all for this. 1 1/4. Let's trim that down. And while I'm making it, I'm just checking that I've got the right pieces of paper just by popping it on my template. Okay, so now I need this second piece, and that's 1.5 by 2 3/4. So it's just 1/4 of an inch wider. And let me see, I'm going to use this. So I'm going to make it the length again that I need. So 2 3/4. And keeping these little pieces, just because I've been doing herringbone cards, and that would come in for a little piece of it. So by 1.5. Whoops, put that over to one side as well. So let's check that this is the right piece. Yeah. So now the third piece is this one that I'm going to cut, and that's 1.5 by 2 7/8. So I'm going to measure 2 7/8 first. So I know it's just 2 little marks before the 3. So 2 7/8 by 1.5. Let's just see. Oh, that already was 1.5. Oh, that was handy. Okay, and let's check that it's the right size. Yay. Okay, so now I'm just going to line it up on here. Look how the gold sort of brings out this little gold pattern here. Very pretty. And here. And here. Now, if you wanted, you could, change these over. You don't have to have the narrower one at the top. You could have the narrower one at the bottom. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the narrower one there. So I've got my Stampin' seal, and I'm just going to attach this. Okay. And I like to leave the other pieces on just while I'm doing that, just so I have a rough idea of where this piece needs to go to leave a nice border. Just makes it a bit easier. Okay, let's pop some on the back of here. I don't always choose these kind of designer series papers, the ones with a lot of gold in, because sometimes I feel that they're just a bit, a bit too bright for me. But this one I love, because it's got the backing that's really more subtle, and you only need a small piece really of the ones with the gold on, and you don't have to use a lot of it, and it is a really fast card to make. So there's the little template. Oh, where did I put the card? Here it is. So that's that little template, and depending on which paper you use, you can change the whole look of it, and by changing the orientation too. Okay, I don't need that piece anymore, but I do need my card base. Where did I hide that? Here it is. So this is going to go on here, just like the template. But actually, I thought I might like just a little bit of something extra. And on my desk already, I have some pieces of card that is embossed with the painted texture embossing folder. And it almost looks like, the Artex ceiling or the walls that was really popular a few years ago, where it wasn't, like a repeating pattern or anything. It just looked like you'd plastered over. And that's what the pattern is. So it doesn't matter which way round you have it. It doesn't matter if you have it on the front, on the back. It's a nice pattern either way. So I'm going to use that and just sort of build the card up a little bit. So it just adds that little bit more. And this piece is just 1/4 of an inch smaller all the way around than our card base. So let's attach that. And it's really easy just to, jazz it up or step it up a little bit by adding another layer. You could add another layer of plain card. You could add a layer of the designer series paper behind this. But I just like that embossed look. Okay, so this is going to go onto here. If I was adding a ribbon around it, I would add that before I put it on top of the embossing piece. Oh, look, you could even have it going that way, but I'm going back to this way. Okay, just making sure it's in the middle. Right, now I do have the little sentiment already made from the other cards that I was making, and it's going to work perfectly for this. So I chose the happy birthday ones because I was making a stack of birthday cards, but all of these little ones will fit on the punched out piece. Okay. So I'm going to put this over here, but I want to put a backing on. I don't know if I'm going to use a little bit more of the gold card or if I'm going to do grey. Well, let's see. I don't know if it might be too much gold, but if it is, then I will find some grey. Okay, let's measure this up so I'm not wasting too much card. Ooh. And I don't want to have it sticking all the way out, but that's quite a lot of the gold showing. So let me see if I've got some grey in my scraps box. If I have, then I will use grey. Otherwise, I will go back to using that. I don't know if I have any dark grey here. No. Okay, and I don't think I have any card bases in grey just on my desk. No, I don't think so. And so I think we'll go with the gold instead. Oh, just a minute. Let's see if there's any of the designer series paper that I could use. That's just like a little bit more of a plain grey. Oh, I quite like this black as well. Let's have a look at that. That might just make it stand out a little bit. But if it's too much, then we'll go back to using one of the other colours. Or maybe just make it so that the pattern's level. No, I'm not so keen on that either. I wish I just had some grey here. Oh, just let me have a look on my box here. No, I don't have any upstairs, so that's okay. We'll make it with the gold. Okay, so I'm just going to offset it slightly so that it's like this. Make sure it's in the middle. Now, if you wanted, you could cut out another one of the gold pieces and have it at this end too. But I quite like it just at the one side. And I'm going to put that up on dimensionals. Let's take those backings off. And where am I going to put it? I sort of want it on an angle. I think I'm going to just do it like this. I don't know if I'd like it that way. I think I'm going to put it that way on the angle. And if you didn't want to put twine or anything on, you could certainly just put little rhinestones on. I've got a little bow tied with the twine, the Simply Elegant trim. And I'm going to put this on with a glue dot. Let's see. Pop that right onto the glue dot there. And then I'm going to just move the glue dot so it just goes over the knot. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to find my ribbon scissors, and let's just cut those tails a little bit. And that's it. It comes together really fast. It's a really easy card to make. You could make it for any occasion and just change your designer series paper and maybe your punch. So you could have circles, you could have one of your punched label shapes. Well, let's pop that one that way so you can see both orientations. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please do check on my blog. I will put all of the sizings and everything that I used on there so that you're not wondering, which was the stamp or which twine did she use. It will all be on there. So thanks very much for joining me for a quick video today. I really appreciate your support, and I love getting questions, and I love making things for you. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you all again really soon. Bye-bye.